All right, today we're going to work on Unit 1, Lesson 9, and we're going to start with Activity 9.2. All right, it says a large cake is in a room. The first person who comes in takes a third of the cake, and the second person takes a third of what is left. The third person then takes a third of what is left, and so on. Complete the table C of n, the fraction of the original cake left after n people take some. So if no one comes in the room, we have one whole cake left. Okay? So if the first person takes 1/3 of the cake, we have 2/3 of it left. Okay? If the next person takes a third of the cake, we're going to have 2/3 of what is left. So this next one is going to be 2/3 times 2/3. Okay? So that's going to be 4/9 of the cake. Okay? The next one is going to be, the third person is going to get 2/3 of 4/9 of the cake. So 4/9 times 2/3. So 4 times 2 is 8. 9 times 3 is 27. So there's 8/27 of it left. Okay? The next person's going to take another third, so there's going to be 2/3 left. So 8/27 times 2/3. So 8 times 2 is 16. 27 times 3 is 81. Okay? Says complete the table for the original cake left after n people take some. So n just means which step we're on. Okay? Write two definitions for C, one recursive and one non-recursive. So if we're going to write a recursive definition, we're going to say C of 0 equals 1. That's what we started with. C of n equals 2/3, because that's how much is left, times C of n minus 1. 2/3 of the previous step. For n greater than or equal to, now we defined what happens at the 0 step, so it must be bigger than or equal to 1. Okay? If we want to write our non-recursive function, okay, it's not going to be based on the previous step. So this time we're going to say C of n equals, okay, so what we're repeatedly doing is we're repeatedly multiplying by 2/3. So we're going to take 2/3 to the power of n. Now we would typically multiply that by however much we started with, but since it's 1, it's not going to change anything. Okay, so we're not gonna put times 1. That won't do anything. Okay, so the red one, that is a recursive definition. The purple one, that is a non-recursive definition. So what is a reasonable domain for this function? Be prepared to explain your reasoning. Okay, so that means what values can I plug in for n? Is there a point at which we couldn't plug in anything new? In this case, as long as they always take a third of what's left, that could go on infinitely because there would always be some left. So we could say the domain is n greater than or equal to 0. Anything bigger than 0 would work. Okay? And it would also have to be whole numbers because we're talking about people, where n is a whole number. You can't have part of a person walk in. That'd be weird. All right, the next part is talking about Fibonacci squares. So it says, on a piece of graph paper, draw a square of side length 1. So I've got a piece of graph paper. I'm going to draw a square of side length 1. Okay. Draw another square of side length 1 that shares the same side with the first square. So I'm going to draw another square. Okay. Add a 2 by 2 square with one side along the side of both of the first two squares. Now that's kind of hard to understand. So we're going to add a 2 by 2 square sharing those sides. Okay. Next, add a square with one side that goes along the sides of the previous two squares you created. So now it's going to be a 3 by 3. Next, do it again. So now it's a 5 by 5. Okay? Pause and let your teacher check your work. Your work is great. Write a sequence that lists the side lengths of the squares you drew. So we started with 1, and then 1, and then a 2 by 2, a 3 by 3, a 5 by 5. Predict the next two terms in the sequence and draw the corresponding squares to check your predictions. Okay, so that means this next one should be, there's 5 and 3 makes 8. So that would be 8. And the next one would be 8 and 5 makes 13. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay? Describe how each side length depends on the previous side lengths. So that's 13. Okay, so if you'll notice, you add the previous two. So to get the 2, we added 1 plus 1. To get the 3, we added 2 plus 1. 5 was 3 plus 2. 8 was 3 plus 5. 13 was 8 plus 5. Right, and so on. Okay? So add previous two sides. Okay? Let f of n be the side length of the nth square so that f of 1 equals 1 and f of 2 equals 1. Write a recursive definition for f. So we're going to say f of n equals, so they've already defined the first two for us. So we just add the previous two. So we're going to add f of n minus 1, that's the previous term, plus f of n minus 2, that's the one 2 terms before it. So if I'm looking at the 5, that's adding the 3 and adding the 2. 1 term before and 2 terms before. For n greater than or equal to. Now in this case, I've got to define it as, I already defined 1 and 2, step 1 and 2. So greater than or equal to step 3. All right, y'all have an amazing day. Good luck on the homework.